welcome back to another episode on Anxiety Doesn't Own Me podcast. My name is Emmanuel Isaacson, and I'm an anxiety coach who helps people to overcome and heal their anxiety naturally. So as you know from listening to my podcast, I always talk about having the right mindset, which is very important in all aspects in life, not only with the anxiety, but with everything that we have in life, with relationships, with work, with business. Doesn't matter what. If we have the right mindset, we can overcome anything. Now, besides having the right mindset and working on ourselves, we need to also look at other things that we need to improve. Like, for example, let's say with our physical body, if we're not eating healthy, that's going to affect our anxiety. Whatever we put in our body can affect us. Whenever we're eating something that's unhealthy, how do we feel afterwards? We feel very sluggish. We feel like we can't move, we're not thinking straight, and we are not thinking clearly, and we have this brain fog, and it's affecting us. And whenever we're eating something healthier, it gives us more energy. We feel much better. We even feel calmer. We're able to think clearer. So we need to not only work on our mindset, but other aspects in our lives in order for us to feel great, in order for our anxiety to calm down. So we got to look at our physical body. Like exercising can also help. Taking natural remedies like Calmly, for example, can also help you to calm down. It has nutrients in there. Like, for example, it has anti-inflammatory properties. And it also has antioxidants, which is great for the mind and the body. We need that. So we need to do certain things, not only mentally, but also physically. So you want to eat healthier. Now, I'm not saying you have to go to extreme right now and just eat 3 meals a day. That's all healthy. No, you can start off with 1 meal, saying, you know what? Write down the things that you eat. Pay attention. Whenever you're about to eat something, write it down. Say to yourself, okay, I'm about to eat this and this and that. Next meal, I'm eating this and this and that. And then write down every single meal what you're eating afterwards. And then pick one meal. You say, you know what? This meal, I'm just going to eat healthier. I am going to try to eat healthier in this meal. I'm not, in the other 2 meals, I'm still going to eat the way I want, but this one, I'm going to start with 1 meal. And then afterwards, after a little while, we can start with 2 meals and then with 3 meals. And then we can start eating healthier throughout the entire day. So again, we want to take it step by step. We don't want to go to the extreme measure, because whenever we go right away to the extreme, what happens is that we start falling, we fail, and we get demotivated, like, it's not possible, it's too hard for me. We want to take it step by step in order for us to feel much better. Now, besides the physical aspect, we also have another part of us, which is the spiritual aspect. We are not only mental, we have 4 parts: mental, emotional, physical, and the spiritual part. So we also need to enhance our spirituality as well. Now, of course, that has to do according to whatever works for you. Each person is going to be different. Like for me, for example, me talking to God helps me tremendously in my spirituality, in my growth. It gives me clarity in life. So whenever we have anxiety is the opposite of clarity. We're kind of confused. We don't know what's going on. We feel like there's a fog. And for me personally, the spirituality, me talking to God, it gives me clarity. It gives me clarity in a sense like, okay, you know what? I'm going through certain things in my life. Like, for example, when I went through anxiety, I didn't understand why I was going through it, but today I do. I said to myself, like, this is my mission that God put me here in order to help people to calm down their anxiety, to work with them, to be able to calm them down. And thankfully, I've been very successful in doing that with my one-on-one sessions. I've been doing that. I am opening up a live coaching event. It's going to be a weekly live coaching event. I'm going to let you guys know, I guess, in the next episode, and I'm going to put a link in the description, not in this episode because it's still not done, the entire program. But in the next episode, I'm going to put a link in the description where you guys can sign up. It's going to be limited spots because, again, I want it to be more personal, where it's going to be up to 100 people, and it's going to be a weekly live event. It's going to be through Google Meets, and over there, every single time, once a week, we're going to meet up, and I am going to coach you guys in how to deal with your anxiety, calm your anxiety. You guys can ask questions over there and everything like that. And on top of that, we're going to have a WhatsApp group so that we can text each other and everything. So if you have any questions or anything like that, or something that we're struggling with, that we can help each other out. Because at the end of the day, I want to build a community. I want to help people out, and I want to do it on a larger scale, and I want to start doing this. So I've been working on this for quite some time, and hopefully by next episode, it will be live where you guys can sign up. There'll be a link in the description. I will let you know about that. But you see, God put me through that. This is for myself. And today I am doing something beneficial, something that I love doing and something that I enjoy doing, and helping people to overcome their anxiety. But besides looking at the past, it helps me for the future. I have that hope. It gives me hope, which we need, because a lot of us right now struggling with anxiety, we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. We don't see it. And I know what it feels like. I've been there. I never in my life felt so hopeless until I went through anxiety and I didn't see the way out. So I understand where you're coming from, but the spirituality, me talking to God in that sense, helped me tremendously in giving me hope that, hey, you know what? One day I'm going to be able to overcome this. One day, there's a reason why I'm going through this. I don't understand why, but there's things that I need to fix, and I'm going to see that eventually, and good things are going to come from it, because again, my belief is that things that do happen to us that we may perceive as bad is actually good, but the thing is that our perspective about it, the way we see it, is wrong. Because the reality, and again, some things are very extreme and they're very hard to see the good in them, but sometimes we could stand in that moment and see, like, you know what, this is the best thing. And I talk about this with people with anxiety, and I tell them, you don't understand right now, but I'm telling you, this is the best thing. You may perceive this as one of the worst things that I ever went through in your entire life, but I just want to let you know, this is going to be the best thing that has ever happened to you, because anxiety is going to push you to become a person that you never in a million years would have become if not for the anxiety. Like me personally, I would never be the person that I am today if it wasn't for my anxiety. I would never heal my wounds. I would never understand, and I wouldn't have the relationship that I have with my wife, or even with my kids. Even my kids, my wife tells me, it's like, my oldest daughter, she's 2.5, and she's very attached to me, more than my wife. And she tells me, she's like, I'm so happy to see that she has a good relationship with you, because I don't get angry with her. I understand. I'm not yelling at her or anything like that. Where I received, the way I grew up, I completely changed that. But if it wasn't for the anxiety, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't understand the effects of yelling at a kid or being angry at the kid. I wouldn't understand the effects of how much it would actually affect them. But today I do. I do understand that because of what I went through. So I'm very grateful for it. It was very hard. And I saw it was all bad and everything. But at the end, it was something good. So even when you're in a bad situation, you can tell yourself, you know what? It seems like it's a bad thing, but maybe at the end of the day, it's going to be a good thing. Maybe I won't see right now, and maybe my perspective, maybe I have to change it. Maybe I'm just looking at everything negatively. Maybe I should look at the positive things that there is in that situation, whatever I am in. There are positivities in it. 100% there is. We just choose, or we're just used to looking at the negative. But we need that spirituality. We need that connection to something higher than the physicality. We need that in order for us to continuously move forward. Now, besides the spirituality, we also need to work on our emotions. Our emotions, and this is something that I do a lot with my sessions, my personal sessions, is that I go back to whenever you were a child. I go back to your subconscious mind, and this is one of the most powerful techniques to be able to heal your emotions. Because a lot of us that deal with anxiety, from my own experience and the people that I speak with, it always comes down to the parents, or it could be from your friends or whatever it is. Whenever you were a kid, you went through something, and not something specific or one thing. It's like, for example, if your parents continuously yell at you, what happens is that we get anxious, or they may be fighting with each other. We get anxious. And that affects our emotions. It puts us down. Whenever our parents are telling us, you're a bad kid for doing this, it makes us feel bad. Or whenever we needed our parents to support us emotionally, because kids are emotion. That's what they are. There is no logic to what they do. It's all emotion. And if we cannot, and again, we can't blame our parents because maybe they're not aware, or they don't know, or they didn't receive the same thing. But it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to change that. But our parents didn't give us the right nutrients, in a way, emotionally, in order to make us feel much better. So, for example, let's say if you were crying and your parents came up to you and they're saying, "What are you crying for? I don't understand. You have everything over here in your life. I never had this. Like, what's the big deal?" Or they're putting you down, like, "Oh, you're a boy. Man up." That doesn't really help. That doesn't really help. What we needed was someone to understand us, to get to us and tell, like, "Hey, what's going on? I'm feeling this and this and that. I'm so sorry that you're feeling that way. You know that I love you. You know that I care about you." Just because people think that their parents, that they have more authority over the kid, which, again, there is a certain level of respect you need to give to our parents. But at the same time, if they messed up, because, again, they're not perfect, you see, we needed that. We needed that from them to tell us, "Hey, you know what? I messed up. I'm sorry about that. I apologize." It doesn't mean that you're a bad parent. It doesn't mean that they were bad parents or anything like that whenever you're apologizing to your kid. It doesn't mean that. It just means, like, "Hey, you know what? I made a mistake, and that's okay. I apologize for that." And what you're doing, what we needed is that understanding, is that connection, and that, "Hey, you know what? I understand what you're going through, and I love you, and I care for you, and I'm going to try not to do that again, because I really do care for you. And you're an amazing kid, and you have all these positive qualities, and you're a capable kid, and that you're so funny, and you're outgoing, and all these positive things that we needed to be told." And just telling, "I love you and I care for you," and giving us a hug, we needed that, and we didn't receive that. Affects us until today. It affects us. Or whenever we needed. And again, no parent is going to be 100%. It's impossible. We're all going to mess up. Even as me, as a parent, I'm definitely going to mess up. I can't be 100%, but we try our best. And we fix whatever situation, whatever we did wrong, we apologize. We're there, and we help our kid on their emotional level. So that way they can feel much better. So that way they're not operating from a place of anxiety all the time. And this is why a lot of us have anxiety, because, again, whenever we were kids, the way we were developed made us a certain way. And our anxiety needs to protect us because we went through certain things in life. So it needs to protect us. And what we need to do is go to the subconscious mind and tell to the anxiety, like, "Hey, you don't need to protect me anymore. I'm going to protect you." And we need to go to the subconscious mind and change that. And to be able to heal our emotions. So if we're not healing our emotions, we're still going to feel anxiety. We need to go to the subconscious mind. We need to heal that. And that's something I do with my personal sessions with a lot of people, that it helps them tremendously. And every single person that I've done this with, after I do it to them, they feel this calmness. They feel like, "Wow, I feel calm." Like the anxiety disappears. Of course, you need to do it a few times. It's not like, a magic trick and it's like one time and that's it. No, there's certain things over there that you went through in life that you didn't receive, again, emotionally, and you need that. And that's what I give you. But afterwards, every single session, you feel much calmer. And you're fixing certain things in your life, and you have this clarity, like, "Oh, this is the reason why I'm doing this," or "This is the reason why this is happening." Because, again, we operate from our subconscious mind. We're not operating from our conscious mind. Yes, our conscious mind makes decisions here and there, but our subconscious mind predicts our life. And we need to fix that, and we need to heal that emotion. So that is something I do with my sessions. And if you're interested, I do provide a 30-minute free consultation. You can click on the link below and set that up. It's 100% free, so it doesn't cost you anything for the 30 minutes. And you can see how it's going to help you, how I can actually help you. You understand? So at the end of the day, guys, it's not only our mindset. It's not one thing that we can do. A lot of people ask me, like, "Hey, what can I do?" And I wish it was a simple answer. Like, I wish it was just a 1, 2, 3 answer. Like, "Here, you can do this, and do that." And this is why a lot of people tell me, like, "Oh, I'm just going to take," this is what I thought. I'm like, I'm just going to take medication. It's going to go away. But you have to understand that medication isn't the solution. The medication could be a crutch for you. For some people, it's great. For some people, they don't like it. And I understand I'm not a big fan of medication, but I'm not going to knock you down and tell you if you're taking medication, it's wrong, this and that. No, if it works for you, great. But at the same time, we have to work on other things. And I personally believe, again, this is my own personal thing, is that natural remedies, I recommend more natural remedies than medication because of the side effects, because of the effect that it has in the body. But at the end of the day, again, it's not the solution. And what we need to do is more work on our mindset at the same time. Again, we can't just rely on the crutch forever. We need to work on our mindset. We need to work on our emotions. We need to work on our spirituality and also our physicality in order for us to start feeling better, in order for us to have more of a solid foundation so that our anxiety can disappear and for us to feel much better and take back control of our life. If you did like this episode, please click the like button and leave a 5-star review. The reason why I ask is because this way we're able to reach more people. And the more people that we can actually reach, the more people that we can actually help. Because my mission in this world, my purpose is to help people to overcome and heal their anxiety naturally and show them that it's possible to overcome. Thank you guys. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.